What is the most awkward moment you have ever lived through? To the comments we go. My parents trying to be cool. They aren't. Why you gotta dog on your parents like that? No, they're trying.
How do you do, fellow kids?
I love having the image of some old boomer saying like, that's gnarly, bruh. My whole existence. I told my friend a very not funny joke. There's ways of salvaging that. The only thing worse than saying a bad joke is saying a good joke, but nobody hears it. I don't know, I have a bad memory. Well, this is pretty awkward then. Trying to reply to people who don't understand common sense. Somebody with common sense would not try to respond to people who don't have common sense. World Box, the most awkward game. One day I killed a person and a guy came into the room where I did the kill, and I had to kill him too. So much awkward. By the way, it was Among Us. When my crush asked me what I was watching and I said simulated, I never saw her again. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Commenting here? Man, you guys want to fight today, eh? The day that I was born. Me saying something wrong and knowing it's wrong when I am saying the word and pretending that I didn't say the word in front of my friends. It's funny how you know it's wrong, but once you start saying it, you just gotta commit. I fell to the ground in the middle of class. There are so many awkward moments in school. From farting in front of your crush to all the presentations. Everything's just awkward. When I talk to literally anyone that is not my friend. Lack of social skills. When I was younger, I had to be the new kid's bathroom buddy. Bathroom buddy? That was a thing? That's already awkward enough. So a kid has to go to the bathroom with you to make sure that you actually take a pee. On second thought, that'd be kind of cool. I could have somebody help me aim. He would go to the bathroom like 10 times a day, and it was always so awkward because sometimes he would take really long. Now that could be one of three things. Be taking a pee, taking a poo, or something much more forbidden. One time I had to go in too, and when the new kid walked out of the stall, he started singing. That's just awesome. The new kid is now one of my friends. You've bonded over the many adventures to the school bathroom. This man has 2 stories. The first, with sparkles. When I was young, my class was singing or something, and I needed to pee. So I asked if I could, but I didn't hear my teacher's response. And I asked multiple times and was so embarrassed that I had to ask, so I just went back to singing. Then peed myself. What, dude? Why? I definitely had times where I would ask the teacher and I wouldn't hear the response, and then of course I'd raise my hand again, and then at that point the class quiets down and the teacher's like, yeah, I told you can go. And now everybody's like paying attention to me, getting up to go to the bathroom, and it's just awkward for whatever reason. The second, with more sparkles. In year 5, we had an exorcism. Wait, no, what? We had an excursion? Like an adventure? As I was new to the school, I wanted to know everyone's opinion of me. You're just begging for some awkward moments. So I did the logical thing and yell, if you like me, put your hand up. That's definitely the logical thing to do. All I got was laughs, no hand. I have never fully recovered. Please help. I'll raise my hand. Alligator. Me as a 2nd or 3rd grader. My mom talking about my crush in front of me for an hour. She didn't even know, but I was Julia. It was legit today. I just had a 2-mile race, so I went over to my friend's house to swim, as you do after a 2-mile race, and we had fun. But when I went back into the house, I somehow lost my pants. What do you mean you somehow lost your pants? I walked into the house and they just mysteriously disappeared. So I was just in the bathroom until I had to get my friends to go and help find it. That sucked. How does one mysteriously lose your pants? And if you were swimming, did you have shorts to go swimming? You couldn't just put your shorts back? How did you end up naked with no clothes? Me watching the video and not seeing my comment? That would be pretty awkward. Maybe I should edit this one out. The GTA 6 leak. That is pretty awkward and unfortunate. When you illegally harbor a chicken in your basement. I don't know what's awkward about that. That just sounds really awesome. I want a chicken in my basement. Not to do anything weird, just to say I have a chicken. I started singing in public and a group of old people stared at me. What did you think would happen if you started singing in public? And old people stare at everything. If you're 25 or younger, old people are just gonna stare at you. This younger generation, oh, they're just awful. Every single moment where I accidentally walk into a closed glass sliding door, there's a lot of those. Oh no. I'm surprised they don't break more. If people and dogs and stuff are always running into them, you'd think the glass would break. I have a name similar to some common English words, and there have been several times where a teacher or someone was talking and they said one of those words because they sound like my name. I automatically respond, what? And it is really embarrassing when I realize they didn't actually say my name. I don't know what words sound like squids, but that would be really awkward as everybody looks at you like, what? My friend sharded in class when I was in kinder. That must have been really bad if that was even awkward for you. Now imagine the kid who actually pooed his pants. The worst and most awkward, embarrassing moment I've had was about 4 years ago. I went to a concert and there were people up on stage speaking, so it was pretty quiet. So while it was definitely silent, I farted, like at 200% completely out of my control. And everyone around us looked at me, and I wanted to die because of the embarrassment. I swear, sometimes farts will come out of nowhere. Like, it'll happen, and then you're even surprised by it. Obviously, if you're in a public place, normally you could feel the fart coming and you could just squeeze them cheeks together so much that the fart doesn't come. But then other times you're just minding your own business and all of a sudden one just comes right out. I don't know if that's like just a me thing. Clearly it isn't, but it is awkward. Probably when me, my fiance, my sister, her boyfriend, and my mom were celebrating my birthday. And my mom did something or said something, so I told her something about it. That's a mouthful. And since we aren't native English speakers, but my fiance and my sister's boyfriend were, she responded with, "Yes, daddy," in English. This is very hard to follow along on, but that's still funny. It was talking to my crush on the phone, lol. That's only awkward if you make it awkward, though. You were talking to your crush on the phone, and it sounds like you biffed it. Or maybe she was the one making it awkward? I don't know. I need more details. I'm not that Christian, but my granddad took me to church once, and after the you mean pastor? And after the pastor fellow said something, I'm so confused. And after the pastor fellow said something, I said amen. And no one else did, and they all stared at me. Safe to say I don't go to church anymore. Oh man. I'm sure anybody and everybody who's gone to church has had awkward, embarrassing moments. Whether just like this, you think the pastor said something, so you react in a way, and just everybody else is like, what are you even doing? Or anytime they're singing, there's always somebody who's gonna say like the next line before the next line is actually supposed to be said. So when everybody's dead silent, somebody starts singing, and then of course they stop like, oh frick, oh frick. I've done that multiple times. It was terrible. I farted while I was on a plane, then everyone on the plane yelled, no! That's not even awkward, dude. You're just winning. That's a massive W. Just asserted dominance. I threw up once in front of my class, and then I went home and nobody likes me anymore. That's not even awkward. That's just sad. I farted during airport security and everyone looked at me. It was probably one of those farts that you have no warning with. You're vibing there, going through airport security, being frisked, and then as soon as the person's head's kind of next to your booty, it just comes out, man. I remember that one night. I was at my house. My parents were both in a vacation trip, so our grandma was with us. Your grandma's sitting on the baby. At 9 p.m., we heard a Moab from our basement. What is this? A mob? Moab? Which we rarely go in, so we called the police. They searched the basement and they don't find anyone. Find anyone? Did you mean a moan? You heard like a moan from the basement? But they did find a gun and a pentagram. Wait, what? My parents were both Christian and never owned a gun, so we definitely had someone down there. Thank goodness we moved out a month later. Dude, that's terrifying. What? Yeah, the responses to the comment sounds more scary than awkward. How is that awkward? That's just terrifying. Once this guy said to me, "Do you like men?" And it made an echo down the entire hallway. It wasn't that long ago, grade 7. That moment when you accidentally messaged the wrong person. I've done that before, but with like my gym progress pics. I was sending it to my brother because he was wanting to see my progress. But instead I sent them to the other YouTuber Monkus Mood. If you guys like Worldbox content, definitely go check him out. But that was definitely awkward because all of a sudden I'm sending Monkus out of the blue shirtless pics and he's like, what's happening? I had a really embarrassing moment, but I didn't survive it. Sorry for your loss, brother. Living. Mind blown. Then I said a joke and nobody laughed. Still hurts. Accidentally going to the women's bathroom and forgetting to lock the door, and a woman opens the door. Let's just say it was really awkward. One day when you was 14, me? I'm sure you meant I had a crush on this guy in the year above me. He was the bestest person I could ever ask for. How sweet. So while at the park, we sat on a bench and started talking about our love lives and who we had a crush on. Then he said, "I have a crush on you." I literally was silent for like 5 minutes, and then I just passed out after it clocked to me. So yeah, that was an awkward visit he gave me at the hospital. Wait, what? So you just passed out after it clocked you? What does clocked mean? If you went to the hospital, that would be pretty awkward. When the teacher asks me a question, just never make eye contact. That's gonna be it for this video. See you guys tomorrow, and remember, live, laugh, and love.